It's amazing how the Bible says, and false teachers and false Christ, rather, who would come. And yet it seems as if the concentration is on false prophets. False prophets arose among the people, just as there will be false teachers among you. I want you to go to 2 Peter 1, the last verse. For no prophecy was ever produced by the will of men, but men of old spoke as they were carried along. So he's now talking about the Old Testament. Watch what he says in chapter number 2. False prophets appeared in the Old Testament. It doesn't mean saying this nowadays we will not have false prophets. No, but he's saying the abundance is not the false prophets. It's false teachers. He says these ones appeared in the Old Testament, the false prophets. They are still here today, the false prophets. They are here on earth. But the main ones are false teachers. So we have so many false teachers opposing prophets and calling them false. And the people do not understand that the teachers are lying. Because it says many nowadays is the false teachers that will be among you. But all days in the Old Testament is the false prophets. So the false prophets were rampant and many in the Old Testament. As we understood from 2 Peter 1:21. Yes, and then it says now in the New Testament, false prophets are still there. But the concentration is on false teachers. Why? Deception comes through teaching mainly. Because if the teaching becomes correct, you will spot a false prophet. And you know what a false apostle is. But you've been told by the false apostles that they're false prophets. Everyone is a false prophet. False prophets. Prophets will come. This one was Old Testament false prophets. New Testament is false teachers. Beware. Deception will come through teachers.
A Good News World with Uebert Angel. Provoking a reaction and always worth hearing.